Okay, so Thursday morning, what I'm showing you right now is that the motorhome is level. It was not level before. Even with my pads, it's raining and the mud, the pads all sunk into the ground. Couldn't deal with it. The refrigerator mostly is supposed to be level or else it'll ruin itself, and it's a couple $1,000s for a new one. And it was crooked sleeping and the showers won't drain. So this morning, first thing before breakfast or anything, Dad said, everybody up. We're out there working. So, Cooper, what do we do?
So we first trimmed
Yep.
the bush.
The big trees, the bushes you're looking at, because what happened is because of the storm and the wind yesterday, a bunch of these branches were laying over the motorhome. In front too, they're all over the bikes and stuff. So we had to trim that, right?
Yes.
And then what?
We carried them all to where they are here now, and then Dad dug this hole.
Well, the reason why we had to move the branches is because I had to drive the motorhome forward about 15 feet, 20 feet to give me access to where the tires were. So then go ahead, Coop. Now what you're saying about the digging?
The Dad had to dig a hole to make the. He had to dig a hole to make the motorhome flat.
That's right, because just a teeny tiny bit crooked, but the rear passenger was the highest. The ground is crooked and crooked. So this back one here, I dug down about 6 inches. So now with a pad on the front too and a pad on the back and that hole, now we're sitting level. So I dug a 6-inch hole in the back tire. I'll show you in a second. So that was the ticket. And all the other pads, you can't even see them. It took a bit of work because there's bamboo right here. And Mark cleared this all. Some serious roots. So anyways, I'm just filming so the kids remember in 20 years that this debacle. Everything's a debacle. But now the motorhome's sitting good. You can see how close the back end is to the ground. Because the ground even slopes up more back there. We're good for the next 4 days now. So you can see we're still pretty parallel. But what I'm showing you here, we're going to do it quietly, is this one that my hand is on, my finger. The edge of the slide out touched it. And the neighbor's out right now. But what happened was when we were jockeying the motorhome back and forth to try and get it on the pads correctly, Bailey let me down, wasn't watching what I told her to watch, and the edge of that slide out touched that fence piece and it pushed it. Luckily she yelled enough that, and then I noticed the sound, so we stopped, but it had like if these are the fence posts, it caught the one and went and it pushed it. So we were able to bend it back, pull the screws out, straighten the screws and screw it back together without anybody knowing. Shh, don't tell Mark or the neighbors. No one would be able to tell. Shh, oh my God, it's secret.
The people over there must have heard it.
No, it wasn't very loud. But I guarantee you couldn't find it if we hadn't told you. But I'm filming this so when Bailey's in her 40s, she goes, oh, that's right. That time I wasn't paying attention and Dad needed me the most and he took out Mark's neighbor's fence. Unbelievable. Look at the size of this bear of the neighbor's dog. That thing is a happy bear. Bentley, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, happy dog.
Looks like a wolf from the side.
It looks like a big bear wolf. Okay, it's the next morning. The prints have been going all night. This is the big reveal. Here we go. Oh, just like my kids, you gotta give them a little tap.
Okay. Are they still wet?
See? The print's upside down.
It's still wet, yes. Do not touch.
Do not touch.
Absolutely do not touch.
I don't
I see some supports that go to nothing.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh yeah, there's no cat at all, huh?
Cat.
Which one got messed
The cat
up?
didn't print.
Okay, Mark, where are we driving to?
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
Pennsylvania.
He's all hopped up on caffeine.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Kids are back there. We're driving to Gettysburg. We just had sandwiches and some tasty cake treats. Mark and I are up here doing official cookies and cream mini donuts from Miss Freshly's versus cookies and cream mini donuts from Tasty Cake. We're up here doing scientific stuff while the kids back there are playing
Do
around.
they actually taste like cookies and cream?
We'll let you know when the verdict is in our bellies.
It probably doesn't taste like cookies and cream.
Let's
I don't
show
know.
him that we have his cameras that are the same.
Oh yeah, and the girls have cameras that are just about the same.
Hold on, wait.
Except mine's Sony.
Nice.
Okay.
Mark,
This.
Yeah.
the verdict is in. We've had a head-to-head neck-and-neck challenge between the donuts. What was your verdict?
I would say Mrs. Oh, that's
He got it.
bird just caught
He
that.
got it. You guys missed it at home, but there was a bird that just caught a bug midair. So,
Really?
sorry you missed it. But what is your verdict?
Mrs. Freshly's by just a little bit.
Just a pinch. It had an extra donut.
Something slightly better about it.
It was first of all, the cookies and cream flavor was delicious.
Absolutely.
The the donuts themselves were awesome. The Mrs. Freshly's, I believe, was a few cents cheaper, and you got one more donut than the Tasty Cakes. So, okay, here you go, bud. Go ahead and clock in. Line it up. We're going
Away.
signing in for work.
And then
There we go. Jameson clocked in.
there you
See?
go.
We're all
This is
clocked
time.
in.
There it is. 1:05.
He clocked in.
Start of our shift.
It goes back up. Count
Dude, that's cool that gear right there is like indexing down. I wonder what that does. Watch, you see every little bit it goes down. And it gets to a certain point.
Yeah, it rolls back
I wonder what that is. They're small. Look how teeny tiny this thing is.
A member bought it for you.
The old Susquehanna. Mile wide river. One of the many battlefields in Gettysburg. We're up at the Eternal Peace Flame. Okay, Bailey, are you ready?
Yes.
Cooper, is your cannon ready?
Yes.
Jameson,
Yeah.
Ken is ready. Okay, Carol, tell us when you want them to fire.
I'm under fire.
No, tell them when to shoot their guns.
Oh, go ahead, shoot.
No, you have to yell fire.
Fire! Fire!
Cooper, make the sound.
What in the hell? I want to know.
Cooper's was a dud. It just went.
Fire.
So we got Robert E. Lee, General, up on top of this monument. It's a pretty cool monument. They got the bronze. The really good looking bronze. Stop it.
A barrel.
And there's old Robert E. Lee up there on his high horse.
Who's Robert D. Lee?
Might not look like much in this field here nowadays, but it says on July 3rd, 150 cannons opened fire 1 mile in front of us. And then the other guys responded. 12,000 infantrymen, soldiers. And out of the 12,000, half of them died in this field. Just this one field, just this one little battle of many in the Civil War. July 3rd from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. in 2 hours, 6,000 people died. You see the mustache on that guy? That's how you know he was a good, trustworthy dude. This is the New York Infantry Memorial Monument. Thing's huge. Say hi, everybody.
Hi. I am the queen, and these are my not so loyal guards.
So that's where we were up there on Little Round Top, up in that castle deal. That's where, Mark, was that the good guys or the bad guys up there?
That was north.
So that was the good guys up there on the high ground, and down here where we are in Devil's Den, this is the low ground. And everyone that knows anything about battle knows that the low ground usually loses, so they call this the slaughter at Devil's Den. So right in this field over here, right, Mark?
Yeah, slaughter pen.
Slaughter pen of Devil's Den. Okay, so you guys are just running around those rocks.
Yeah, I went into some tunnels.
Yeah, there's some. Why is it getting? There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of climbing around there, huh?
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what happened here 160 years ago?
There was a war.
A battle. A lot of dudes died.
I climbed way up there.
Yeah, I took some pictures, you guys. We found a transient straggler.
Thank you. Hi. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That was a good walk, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah, I
right,
was trying to find birds and animals.
you guys had fun on the rocks and everything, though?
Everything.
Got the old Civil War era fence style.
Oh, yeah.
Keep soldiers out.
I've got a picture. They fixed it, you can tell.
No, that's original from the war.
I don't think so.
This is the Pennsylvania Monument Memorial. This thing is huge. You can see people on it.
And around it, standing right there.
Yeah, you can see the old Pennsylvania.
I wonder who's standing on it there at the Eastern Fly.
The thing is massive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, we made it to the top of the Pennsylvania Monument Memorial. We're just showing you these arrows. It tells you where some of the different battles were. You line up with these things and they have little points of significance. We got one over here Jameson's checking out. Round Top. Here, watch out for a second, bud. We got, yeah, this is Devil's Den here, so we'll line up. So Devil's Den was over that way where we were earlier with the old slaughter pen and everything. So, okay, go ahead, bud. Thank you so much. But we're up top. That monument we just saw. We never knew that you could go up here. It's a super dark staircase. Oh, that's cool. They got these things on every corner showing you stuff.
Bailey, go back to that window.
Tells you how far away.
I saw you.
Pretty cool view.
Bailey, go back to the window. No, I saw you before. The day of Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sun just set. We just missed it. But this is the battlegrounds, and we were talking. It's middle of July right now, and that's when the Gettysburg, all these battles happened, was the beginning of July. So it's very similar season and weather right now. Can you imagine fighting in wool uniforms in the humidity of Pennsylvania in July? That'd be miserable.
There.
We didn't find any ghosts, but we found some alien spaceship activity. They're working on the train tracks right by the delicious Mexican restaurant we just had dinner at. Oh, that's a little guy. Okay, so it's 11:40 at night. Jameson just got done helping me. We had to put the water pump back in, huh, bud? What else did we do? What'd you do for me?
I held the lid up.
Yeah, that compartment door.
Yeah. And I watched you.
Yeah, and we learned.
And
So because our motorhome is, remember that hole we dug? It's like 6 inches in the ground. The compartment door opens, but it's super close to the ground. So I had to disconnect the door so we could open it, because it only opens horizontal. So we had to open it up like this so Dad could fit in there because it was close to the ground.
yeah, and I had to make sure it wasn't squirting water anywhere.
That's right. Yep. So we hooked the wires up correctly. We always take a picture before we take things apart. So I knew how to put it back together because there was 3 wires in there. And then, we put the hose back together. Cooper turned it on. So far, so good.
Yep.
So we'll see. Time will tell. But so we just got back from Gettysburg. We had dinner at a wonderful Mexican restaurant. And then, so we did, what did we do? We woke up, we worked on the van again, right? We had to fix the window again.
Well, first we trimmed the trees and try to level out the...
Yeah, it's true. We did the leveling this morning, first thing before breakfast. Dug the hole, trimmed the trees, did all that stuff, worked on the van a little bit. And then we had lunch, went to Gettysburg. On the way to Gettysburg, we saw a sign, roadside, next stop, National Clock and Watch Museum. And I told Mark, I said, dude, let's go check it out. So we went to that. That was super cool. Bailey, what was your favorite watch or timepiece from there?
Well, my favorite thing was all the pocket watches. They had a room full of watches and pocket watches.
Yeah, there was at least a couple hundred.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pocket watches.
But I think my favorite one, it was this little pocket watch. It opened up with 2 sides, but in the center, it had I think it was in the shape of this, what was it, yin and yang or something.
Okay.
It looked really cool.
Yeah.
It was a lot sparkly, but I couldn't take a picture of it because it didn't come out very well on my camera.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of looked like a shiny circle.
What about you, bud?
Mine was like a planet clock where there's planets that spin around the sun, and one of them takes 88 years.
Oh, that's right. I think I took a picture of that. I'll put it up here if I took a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Cool.
it was a solar, it was I don't even know what you call it. Yeah, a planet clock where they had the sun was the center, and then Earth, and the Earth had the moon around it, and there was Venus and Mars or something. I don't remember what. But yeah, they spun in real time, and one of the planets takes 88 of our years to go around the sun once. And that thing was geared, when Jameson's talking about. So that thing, like he said today, he's like, you could get that clock when you were born and you might not even see it go one time around the clock. It was pretty cool. What about you, Coop?
I like these tiny watches with like a little tiny square on them, and you can barely see what's on.
Yeah, it's amazing how small they can make watches, huh? With actual gears and all the mechanism and stuff. Yeah, like the size of Dad's pinky nail.
Yeah.
Like seriously tiny. I mean, I have a big pinky nail, but for a watch, it's tiny. I'd say that my favorite was there's a couple marble clocks where they had like marbles that would, or maybe ball bearings that would roll around, and then it would get picked back up and put back in the clock, and it would rotate. Okay, and then after that, we went to Gettysburg. We walked around the battlefield. Like I told the kids, right now it's just cornfields and random fields. There's not like anything too exciting, but they have cannons everywhere, and they have
A bunch of
statues and monuments everywhere, and little plaques telling you what's going on and what happened. And so,
cannons.
as far as kids are concerned, that wasn't too exciting,
Well,
but it was pretty
rocks were
cool.
Pretty cool. Like there was tunnels.
Yeah,
Like little tiny.
that's right, at
things
the
that you
Devil's
have to
Den.
Sidewalk in.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rocks were cool. The cannons are definitely cool. There's different sizes.
We went to the Pennsylvania Monument.
Oh yeah, that's the one we went inside.
That's huge.
That was a really big one. Yep. Okay, and then now, like I said, it's almost midnight. We just got back. I think it's 11:40 or 11:50 or something like that. Jameson and I just fixed the water pump. We siliconed it like I showed you in the other video, and we're just letting it dry because it's so humid here. Things don't dry. So I let it dry for a full day and a half. So hopefully that works. If not, I have a pump on order. It's going to get here Saturday, so in 2 days. So we'll keep it with us in case that pump shits out on us.
Yep.
And then if I don't need it, I don't know. Maybe we'll put it in anyways, because the other one we were working on was 20 years old. But all right then, that's it, huh, Coop?
Yes.
Why don't you say goodnight to the world, all the famous YouTube people that are like, oh, Cooper, he's so cute.
Good night.
All right, you got any fans you want to say goodbye to? Good night.
I guess bye.
Bye. All right, no shout outs for Mom.
Good night, Mom. I love you. And then goodbye, all the other.
Yeah,
random
Grandma, Auntie, Grandpa, Nani,
people. There's
Phoenix,
a lot of people that
Chesley,
watch it. I don't know who's watching. There's too
Skylar
many
might be
people.
watching it. You never know. You never know. Jason might be checking it out.
True.
Yeah,
A lot of
Hillary.
people, okay?
Yeah, you guys are famous. Yeah, to all my like 7 subscribers
14 viewers.
and 14 views per video. I love it. Oh, all the
Maybe
money's
it's
coming
actually
in.
Reached to 17. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But the good news is we had another fun day, huh?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Bye. Goodbye.